welcome to my channel. My name is Ovijit and today's class is something special because I am going to solve some programming output here. We know that in our competitive exam like CTS, TCS and Infosys, some questions are there from programming output, and among all, like from recursion, there are at least 2 or 3 questions are there. Here in this my tutorial, I will know how to solve this recursive output in very easy way. But before that, my suggestion is that please go through my previous 2 tutorial on recursion where I discuss about recursion in very easy way. Okay, let's start with program solving. Look at this. Suppose there is a problems are there or programs are there. The main function. So main function pass the value like to the f function. This is a function. Sub function is called f, and this sub functions, actually the definitions are written here. So let's start quickly. This one is main function. How to solve this problem quickly? So n equal to f6. So whenever it call this f function, so first write down this f function here. Now go for the condition x equal to 2. The answer is no. So if x equal to 2, it will return 2, otherwise it will print plus, and finally it call the f function recursively. So comes to this part, if x equal to 2, no, so it will print what, that is plus, and finally it will call f x minus 1, that is 6 minus 1, 5. So we don't know the value of f5, so f5 will call again. So it will check x equal to 2, the answer is no. So in else part it will print plus, and finally it will call 4, f4, that means x minus 1. Okay, so it will call f4 function again. It is check actually x equal to 2, no, it will print plus, and finally x minus 1, that is 3. So again f3 is there, so it will check x equal to 2, the answer is no. So it will first print plus, and finally it will call f2, that is x minus 1. f2, x equal to 2, the answer is no. Yes, sorry, the answer is yes here. Now look at this. The first time it will return what? First time it will return 2, because we made the base condition. Now what actually print? This 2 comes to where? In the previous function. This 2 comes to this previous function. This 2 comes to this previous function. It comes to this previous function, and finally it stored the value in n, that is 2. But before that it will print 4 plus. So this one is plus, 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 and finally it will print 2. Quickly move to our next program. Look at this again, n equal to 10. So first write main function, and we pass what, that is fn. Fn means what, that is f10. Now whenever we pass f10, quickly write down the sub function, that is f10. It checks n is greater than 0. The answer is yes, n is greater than 0. So it will return what, that is 10 plus fn minus 2. Again it call the recursive function. N minus 2 means what, that is 8. So we don't know the value of f8, so it call the f8 function again. So come to this f8, 8 is greater than 0, yes, yes. So comes to where, that is 8 plus f what, that is 6, that is n minus 2. Now look at this again, it will call what, that is f6. So it is 6 greater than 0, the answer is yes. So it will call what, that is 6 plus f4. Okay, it goes until the value of n is greater than 0. Now look at this, it will call what, that is f4 recursively. This one is 4, 4 is greater than 0. So finally it will call what, that is, it will return actually what, that is 4 plus f2. Okay, we don't know again the value of f2, so it comes where, that is in f2, and finally it checks n is greater than 0. The answer is yes, n is greater than 0. So 2 plus f0. Now look at this. In this part, whenever it call this f0 again, so now the value of n is what? That is n is 0. That means n greater than 0, the condition is false here. So as the condition is false, it in return part it will return what? That is 0. So this 0 comes to where? In this function. So 2 plus 0 what? That is 2. So this 2 is comes to where? In this part. So 4 plus 2 what? That is 6. 6 is comes here. So 6 plus 6 what? The value is what? That is 12. 12 is come here. So 8 plus 2 12, sorry, the value is 20. So 20 is comes here, that is 10 plus 20, the value is what? That is 30, and finally 30 comes to this position, the print what? That is 30. So result is what? The result is 30. Okay, we can easily solve this recursion problem. This was actually very easy. Come to the next part. Look at this. Main function is there. It will print hello. Again it will call the main function. So main function call main function repeatedly. As no base conditions are there, we know that this hello will call repeatedly. That means it call the infinite number of times. So hello will print infinite number of time. Or in some case, or if MCQs are there, it can be if the like outputs are there, or if the answers are there in this way, it will create stack error or it will create runtime error. Then the answer is it will create stack error or runtime error. Okay, let's move to the next part. One function is there func, and suppose if like value is like func 4, the value is given func 4. That means in main function the value is given. What is the value of func? That is 4. So quickly write down the func function. Write down func, the value is 4. So it will check num is less than equal to 0. If num is less than equal to 0, return 1, otherwise return this one. So num is not less than equal to 0. So num is not less than equal to 0. So it comes to where? That it is else part. In else part it will return word, that is 4 into func 4 minus 1, that is 3. We don't know the value of func 3. So it will call the func 3 function again or itself. Func, so it will not again num less than equal to 0. No. So it will come to else part and it will print what? That is 3 into func 2. We don't know the value of func 2. So we call this func 2 again. Okay. Check num less than equal to 0. The answer is no. So it comes to where? That is in 2 into func what? That is 1. Now look at this. This one is a func function. Func, the value is what? That is 1. So it will check num less than equal to 0. It says no. So it call 1 into func 0. So whenever it call finally 1 into func 0, so it comes where? That is in this func function. It will pass 0. So now look at this, num less than equal to 0. So it got the base condition. The value is what? That is 0. So it will first time return what? It will first time return 1. So whenever it return 1, this 1 comes to where? In this part. So 1 into 1, it return 1. It return 1 to whom? To its previous function. That is 2 into 2, value is 2. This 2 is returned where? In this part, that is 3 into 2, the value is 6, and finally 6 is comes to where? That is in 4. 4 into 6, that is in 24. So result is what? That is 24. This one is result. So let's quickly move to our next program. Again the function is there called func. Two parameters are there. One is called a and b. And suppose the value of a is 3 and b equal to 5. It comes from main function. So let's start quickly. Func is my function name and we pass what? That is 3 comma 5. So it checks b equal to 0, no. B equal to 1, no. It will return what? That is a plus. A plus means what? That is 3 plus func. Func is my function name and 3 comma 5 minus 1, that is 4. So as I don't know the meaning of func 3 comma 4, so it will call this func 3 comma 4 again. Right. Now it checks that b equal to 0 or b equal to 1, the answer is no. So it comes to word that is in return else part, and it return word that is 3 plus fancy a means what, that is 3, and b minus 1 means what, again 3, that is 4 minus 1 3. So we don't know the meaning of fancy 3 comma 3, so it will call fancy 3 comma 3 again, and it will finally return 3 plus fancy 3 comma 2. We don't know the value of 3 comma 2, so it will call this fancy function again. So this one is 3 comma 2, and it will return word that is 3 plus fancy a means what, that is 3 comma b minus 1, that is 1. Now in this part it will check when this function will call again, that means fancy function will call with 3 and 1. So it checks b equal to 1. In this case the answer is yes, b equal to 1. So first time it will return word that is return a, that means it will return 3. So whenever it will return 3, this 3 is passed to where, in this part. So it will print 3 plus 3, that is 6. So this 6 is comes to where, in this part. So it will print what, that is 3 plus 6 equal to 9. This 9 is comes to where, in this part. So this one is 3 plus 9, the result is 12, and this 12 is comes to where, in this part. So 3 plus 12, that is 15. The result is what, that is 15. So this is actually very easy, isn't it? Okay, next the function name is what, that is print function. The function name is print, and it called the print function repeatedly. So what is the value of n, that is 6. So comes to this part, what is the value we pass, that is 6. So what is the value of this n, again 6. So print function, this one is my print function. So print function pass a value 6. So it checks n equal to 0. The answer is no. So it comes to where, in else part, and it will print 6 modulus 2. So first time it will print what, that is, it will print 2. 6 modulus 2, that is 0. It will print 0, and then it will call the print function. Now in print function, what is the value, that is n divided by 2, that means 6 divided by 2, 3. Now we don't know the value of print 3, so it called this print function again to find the value of print 3. So now it checks n equal to 0, again it's no, answer is no. Comes to else part, and n modulus 2, that is 3 modulus 2. So what is the value, that is 1, and again it will call the print function. So print function means 3 divided by 2, that is 1. Okay, so we don't know again the value of 1, so it will call the print function again. Look at this, this one is my print function again, it call. So it checks n equal to 0. It says no, it's not n equal to 0. So it print what, that is an else part, 1 modulus 2, that is 1, and finally it will call the print function, that is 1 divided by 2 means what, 1 divided by 2 means 0. Now look at this, the first time it will pass value 0. So it checks whether n equal to 0. It says yes, n equal to 0. So first write down the print function. It will pass value what, that is 0. So first time it will return. So whenever it return value, it comes to add in this part, right? In this part it will first print what, that is already it has been print, that is 1, then 1, and then 0. So in stack, the last in first out method follows. So what will it print? 1 1 0. The answer is 1 1 0. Okay, so some examples are there, some output examples are there from recursion function. In my next tutorial I will find out how to solve a pointer output. Okay, and thanks for watching, and keep watching.